Hello friends, we start the revision of wave optics and we have just start. The first topic is wavefront. What is the wavefront? So wavefront is used to describe the wave motion of the wave. There are the three types of the wavefront. First is spherical wavefront, second is cylindrical wavefront, and third one is plane wavefront. There are the three types of the wavefront and the figure is shown in the table. There are the types of wavefront, just we show that, and it is a relation with the distance with the intensity, and there is the relation with the amplitude with the distance. First of all, spherical wavefront. So spherical wavefront, the relation intensity of the spherical wavefront, it is I proportional to 1 upon r square, A proportional to 1 upon r. It means that the intensity, it is inversely square of r, and amplitude is inversely proportional to the r. So here the necessary source of the spherical wavefront, it is a point source. After that, the cylindrical wavefront is the source we use this, it is a linear source. After that, intensity, it is inversely proportional to the r, and amplitude is inversely root of the proportional of r. After that, plane wave is the most important. All are the spherical cylindrical wavefront. At the far distance, it is converted into the plane wave. Intensity of the plane wave, it is proportional to the r0. It is free from the distance, and amplitude is also free from the distance. It is not depend on distance. Okay, so all are the wavefront. It is the far distance. It is converted into the plane wave. After that, we have to study Huygens law. Huygens wave theory, it is a very most important of the wave theory, because the wavefront is understand of the wavefront. First scientist is Huygens. It is a Huygens wave theory. According to the SWT, each point of the wavefront is source of the secondary disturbance. It is spreading out at the all direction. But usually wavefront does not move towards to the main source. So this is the limitation of the Huygens wave theory. Dear students, I justify this sentence. Wavefront theory, it is a limitation of the wavefront theory. It means that is the it understand of the, it is failure of the wave theory of Huygens. We can use the SWT to determine the shape of the wavefront for the plane wave propagating through the medium. This is the limitation of the Huygens wave theory. After that, the SWT means Huygens wave theory also failed to explain the photoelectric effect and Compton's effect, etc. Now it is the benefit, it is just like the obey the rules of reflective and the reflection. Reflective, it means ke V1 upon V2 is equal to sin I upon sin R, as we studied in ray optics. So it is a V1 upon V2, and it is according to the rules of the Snell's law. So V1 upon V2 is equal to sin I upon sin R is equal to N1 upon N2, and it is reflection. The principle of the reflection, it is I is equal to R. It means the incident angle, it is equal to the reflection angle. So this is the basic knowledge of the wave theory. So we have to start the interference, coherent source and non-coherent source. Hello friends. We have to start interference, coherent source, and non-coherent source. First of all, we studied about interference. What is the interference? The simple thing is that it is based on superposition of two waves at particular point. It is a particular point in the medium. Medium is very most important thing because the interference phenomena is changed with the medium. Yes. This sentence is very most important. It is based on superpositions of the two wave. What is the superposition of the two wave? So superposition of two wave, as just like we do the experiment in water, there are the two pins, just like that. There are the two pins and it is situated S1 and S2. I drew the figure S1 and S2 and it is put in the water. After that we have to just do it is keep the periodically up and down in the water and produce the spherical waves in this water, and these spherical waves it is superimposed on the point P. Here I saw that there is a spherical waves it is produced. I show only the small region, and here also produced through the and the spherical wavefront it is interact with each other, and after that at the point P it gives us interference. Dear student, one of the most thing is that to produce the interference there is a such type of source, it is called coherent source. So we understand about the coherent source. What is the coherent source? We just have a definition of coherent source. It is not necessary, but to understand the coherent source we give the definition. The definition of the coherent source: a source would have the phase difference is 0 and it is called also coherent source. Coherent source it is necessary to produce the interference. Incoherent source does not produce the interference. So coherent source is a source whose the phase difference is 0 and the path difference is 0. Here we have to change the path difference is 0. As we saw that from the figure, we can say it is S1P is equal to S2P. Okay, so this gives us the interference. After that, the interference is the superposition. Superposition, it means here the resultant displacement, we can say it is y. Here the displacement through the S1, it is y1, and displacement through the S2, it is y2. According to the superposition concept, it says that it is y is equal to y1 plus y2. There are the resultant displacement, it is the sum of two individual displacement. This gives us interference. Okay, so there are the main things, and main concept of the y is equal to y1 plus y2. Y is equal to displacement, the final displacement. Y1 is equal to displacement of source S1. Y2 is equal to displacement of source S2. So after that, we have to just write the equation of S1 and S2. So we have to write the equation. The y1 is equal to here we have to write that the displacement of source S1, it is y1 is equal to a sine omega t. After that, displacement source S2, we just write it is y2. So y2 is equal to a sine omega t. Both equation is same because here we use the coherent source, and phase and displacement all are the same. Path difference is 0, phase difference is 0. Yes, and now using the superposition concept, we use this equation. Y is equal to y1 plus y2. Once again I write here. So y1 is equal to a we have to take cos omega t. Here the cos omega t, you have to take a sin omega t, but in the textbook it use the cos omega t, so we have to take it is cos omega t. It doesn't matter, we have to take it is cos omega t. And now using the superposition, the sum of the all individual displacement, y is equal to y1 plus y2. So a cos omega t plus a cos omega t. Now the sum of all individual displacement, 2a cos omega t. Okay, it is periodically, we can write it is 2a sin omega t, it doesn't matter. So this is the final displacement. Y is equal to 2a cos omega t. Yes, so this is the explanation of the interference. Here the final displacement. After that we have to study its intensity. As we studied waves, chapter number 15 of 11 science, we know that I proportional to a square. Initial intensity I0 is equal to proportional to a0 square. Okay, a0 it means I can write it is a square, and here the I proportional to 2a is equal to final amplitude, so it is 2a of whole square. Here the I0 proportional to a square, so I upon I0, it is 4a square upon a square. A square cancel, so it is 4, and here I is equal to 4I0. Yes, the final intensity, it is the 4 times than the intensity, the initial intensity. So I is equal to 4I0. It means the final interference intensity, it is a greater than the S1 and S2, and it is 4 times than the initial intensity. Yes. Now after this topic we have to study the topic of NEET and JEE. So we have to study extra work. Yes. Okay, we have to start the useful for NEET and JEE. Also the competitive exam. As we know that I proportional to A square. Using the phasor method, this method you have to not study it. It is in coming in chapter number 7, alternating current, using the phasor method, but it is simple. We know that this equation, the final amplitude, final resultant, all are the same. It is A square is equal to A1 square plus A2 square plus 2 A1 A2 cos phi. This is the final amplitude of the interference. Using this equation we use the relation of amplitude and intensity, the resultant intensity I, A square proportional to I, so A square here I, A1 square here the I1, A2 square here the I2. Now here we can write it is under root I proportional to A. So here the only A1, so 2 under root I1, and here the under root I2, so take the common under root, and here the cos phi. This term is called interference term. This term is called interference term because the cos phi, it is a periodically, and the when the phase is changed, so here this is called the interference term. So using this equation, if phi is equal to 0, so A1 square, A square is equal to A1 square plus A2 square plus 2A1 A2. According to this we can write it is A square is equal to A1 plus A2. This is the algebraic solution, so A1 plus A2 whole square. Now take the under root on both sides, so it is A is equal to A1 plus A2. Okay, so this is called maximum amplitude which are the sum of the two individual amplitudes. So this equation is very most important, and here the from this equation I proportional to a square, so I max proportional to a max square. So here the a1 plus a2 of whole square. Okay, if phi is equal to, if we take the phi is equal to 180, so we have to not calculation, so we have to directly write phi is equal to 180. So here the a is equal to a1 minus a2, and this is the a minimum. Okay, and from this equation we can write I minimum, it is proportional to a1 minus a2 of whole square. There is a most important thing is, yes, I minimum proportional to a1 minus a2. I max, yes, from this equation we can write I max, I minimum proportional to under root I1 plus under root I2 of whole square. Sorry, here we take the minus, and here the I max proportional to under root I1 plus under root I2. Yes, so this is the most important equation using the competitive exam. Okay, and here both equation is very most important. Okay, yes, so this is the extra work of the NEET and JEE. So please take care, and this equation is very most important. After the sometimes I show that this equation is I max upon I minimum is equal to alpha plus 1 upon 2 under root alpha. Alpha is equal to constant, and I max upon I minimum is equal to alpha plus 1 upon 2 under root alpha. If the inverse of this equation, it is called visibility of interference. Okay, so this is the most important, and please carefully read and do the homework. Okay, all type of homework you have to show that, and please બધા જ હોમવર્ક કરીને મને વોટ્સઅપ કરી દે. અને હોમવર્ક છે તમારે 2 વખત કરવાનું છે, એટલે તમારે લોકોએ કેરફુલી અને સમયગાળામાં મને પાછું મોકલી દેવાનું છે, બરાબર? એટલે જલ્દીથી હોમવર્ક કરી નાખજો, અને કાંઈ પણ કન્ફ્યુઝન હોય, કાંઈ પણ તકલીફ હોય તો પ્લીઝ મને કોલ કરીને પૂછવું, અથવા તો વોટ્સઅપમાં મને મેસેજ કરવો, બરાબર? હું તમને અનુકૂળ ટાઈમે તમને સામો કોલ કરીશ, અથવા તો તમને સામો રિપ્લાય આપીશ. ઓકે, થેન્ક યુ વેરી મચ.